Hello, everybody. I have tremendous news. We are getting the Trump band back together. I will be back in the White House on August 13th or 21st or the 31st or sometime in September after the next insurrection. If it doesn't happen, October or November, but no later than December. It'll be the best Christmas present ever, according to the great Mike Lindell. We're assembling my crack team. All of my best people are coming back, except Rudy, because he's broke, and I don't like poor people. I have to tell you, especially poor people that are unattractive and beg me for money, all right, and leak motor oil from their scalp. Ooh. I never liked him, and by the way, I never asked him to be my attorney. He did that on his own, okay? Not like Mark Meadows. Mark Meadows, my chief of staff, who, by the way, is a great guy, very loyal. He's been putting together my Trump cabinet meetings, so we're having great cabinet meetings here at Trump National Bedminster. Everyone has notepads and pens, and it's a big table. I sit in the middle and I drink Diet Cokes, and there's lots of flags. It looks very official, because it is. We're back to work on many things. What a fantastic cabinet that really knows cabinetry. And these are important cabinet meetings with real plans. Running the country, since I'll be back to being president very soon. Not that I wasn't, but I'll be back. And Mark says I'm fully engaged, highly focused, and remaining on task, which I like, okay? I don't know what the task is, but I'm highly focused, right, Kelly, right? And Mike Lindell, my Secretary of Cybersecurity, he is on it, really smart. He knows cyber. I mean, he is sharp and full of energy and never stops talking. I mean, if this is what crack does to you, maybe it's not so bad. He went from crack addict to crack member of my cabinet. Honestly, I don't think he was on crack. Do you think he was on crack, Kelly? I don't think he was on crack. I mean, he would have been the fattest crack addict ever. And he's got great teeth. He's got great teeth, right? They're supposed to have crappy teeth. And, you know, he's a nice guy, very generous, giving everyone a pillow, okay? We're having these cabinet meetings all the time. We let in AON, Girl Scout Troop 623, church groups, members of my club, and we talk about a lot of things, important things. Presidential things, government stuff, international things, and domestic things at the cabinet meetings. And I have to be honest. I love the cabinet meetings. I do, because, you know, half the meeting is just the cabinet secretaries falling all over each other to tell me how fantastic I am, how incredible I am, what a stable genius I am, how I'm the best looking president, how I'm the greatest president in the history of presidents. And believe me, I don't make them do this, okay? They're doing this on their own. I don't need that. I don't need my ego massage. Then we take a break for lunch, my favorite part of the day. And no one knows lunch the way I know lunch, right, Kelly? Right? No one orders like me. I'm like a lunch expert. And a lot of people, they weren't even eating lunch until I started talking about lunch. It was like I practically invented lunch. But after lunch, we wake up Wilbur Ross from his nap. Wilbur is a tremendous Secretary of Commerce when he's awake. Wilbur is now 110 years old. I thought Joe Biden was old, but this guy, wow, he was born before electricity. And we won't have Secretary of State Elaine Chao, because we found out her family has the largest transportation company in China, and she's married to Mitch McConnell. If I had known that huge conflict, I would have fired her. Not because of the family business in China. In fact, she's married to Mitch the bitch. But we got a Chinese woman from housekeeping here at Trump National. She just sits there, doesn't say anything. And honestly, they all look alike, right? Now, we do have the real Madison Cawthorn, U.S. Congressman. I thought Madison was a girl's name. No? Not in this case, okay? But many high-level cabinet meetings, and we're doing a lot of pointing. I'm doing a lot of pointing at charts and graphs, which prove I won. Then I point to the Secretary of Agriculture or the Secretary of the Interior, who are currently being played by two of our valets, very handsome young men in good shape. I mean, they're not as handsome as me. Now, unfortunately, we don't have anybody from the military, because if they were there, it would look like sedition and that they're traitors. But I love the military. I love the military. But I'm sure we can get an actor, right? Get an actor from Central Casting in uniform with medals and a flat top haircut to sit there in the meetings and just say a few lines. Just a few lines. I mean, I can even write the lines, because no one knows the military the way I know the military. So you know what I mean? And honestly, most of the generals, total morons. Morons. I know more about the military than all of the generals combined. And that's a lot of generals. Some stupid fake news people said that having a shadow cabinet and shadow government is traitorous and illegal. But that's not true. That's not true, because we all know the South did the same thing right before the Civil War. And there's nothing illegal about that, okay? And the Civil War, who could forget? Who could forget the Civil War? But the bottom line is anyone can start a shadow government. They do it all the time over in those European countries and other places. And technically, it's not a shadow government if everyone knows about it. Everyone knows about it. And since I am the president and I won fair and square in the last election, according to everybody, then Joe Biden is the shadow government. He's the shadow. He's the shadow, not me. Whatever the opposite of shadow is, that's what I am, okay? That's what we're doing here in Bedminster. Fake news says that this is a coup. A coup. I don't like that word. First of all, it's French, okay? Did you know that? The French coup. You know what it means? I looked it up. Blow of state. Let me tell you something. We are not blowing anybody, okay? People will be blowing us. Believe me. Believe me. Not the other way around. And the d'etat part, you know what that means? You know what that means? When I'm back in the White House, I'm going to walk in and say, ta-ta! Trump bless you, and Trump bless America. There's nothing more American than subscribing to my videos. If you don't subscribe, you're a communist and a loser. Subscribe. Oh, and hit the notification thing for the bells. Ding, 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 ding.